there's a version of success, right? That I think a lot of people are taught. So we kind of talked about it before, like having a stable job, owning a home, so on. For you, obviously, as you traveled or just over time, what stopped making sense, and then maybe mattered more or less once you started working and traveling this way.
Well, again, like coming back to the societal expectations of what work should be, you're a bad person if you don't give it all to your work. You're a bad person if your life isn't designed around what your workspace should be. Like success is first and foremost the most important thing. And I know like being raised in like the values of what my family instilled and or like my direct communities here, it was this understanding that unless everybody believes that you're successful, you're basically worthless. Like your worth is directly tied to what that is. And so for me, it was work hard, shut up and say yes to everything that came across your plate because you don't know when another opportunity might come. And it was very much kind of like that feast or famine type of energy for years and years and years. So when I said like about the joke or the saying of like if I stop stirring the pot stops stirring, that was the reality of it. I built my entire business and what I thought success was on the notion that I had to do it all, I had to carry it all, and I could never say no to anybody. So I was really people pleasing with my business itself because anytime somebody would say, "Hey, can you do this? I have this great idea for you," or "Your company could add this service on, or this product, or these things," I said yes to everything. Yes, 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 yes. Give it to me. I will take it on. I'll figure it out. And suddenly I had 1,000 different pots that I was trying to stir at one time and was making horrible mistakes in each and every one of those areas. So it only takes, a minuscule crack before that starts to affect the structure and the integrity of everything else that it's holding up. And so for me, my old definition of success was really based in that drive and that hustle, that performative type of energy. Now, since that company crumbled and you said like not to make light of it, and the truth is like I'm so healed from that experience that it's okay to joke about it because it
Hmm.
truly was the greatest like fuck up of my entire life. It was the thing
Yeah.
that despite a whole lifetime of trauma, it was the thing that broke me. And it was so beautiful in a way because it illuminated all of these fears that were pushing me in this direction of success. This almost like validation that everybody would, that I would expect everybody would look at me and say, like, oh my gosh, you're doing amazing. Look at what you built. And almost, if I'm being completely honest, a way of me saying to my mom, who pushed me into nursing school and I no longer have a relationship with for like 13 years, it was almost like a way of me saying, look what I built, mom. Look what I did with this nursing license that, I never wanted. And look at this amazing thing that I created. So it was kind of facetious in a way. It was a little bit manipulative in a way of the energy in which I was trying to attract and maintain success. And it took the crumble of that company to illuminate all of those fears, all of those forces that were driving me to go, whoa, there's something seriously messed up with this and the choices that I'm making and the things that I'm doing. And so I got to rewrite success from that viewpoint. And I recognize like success to me is freedom. Freedom to wake up with no alarm, to design my schedule for the day as I see fit the morning of, to decide at 11 a.m. if hubby comes in from out at the pool and says, "You want to go to the beach today?" I can fold up my laptop, put it away, and say, "Let's go." That spontaneity in life, that presence, that connection, all of the things that I had been ultimately doing the opposite of for so many years, I got to rewrite that definition of success to actually match that. And the truth is, it isn't about the dollars in the bank or how much, income you're bringing in per year, or how many clients you have, or your followers on social media. What it really is about is if you wake up every day excited with a smile on your face, ready for the day ahead, and you close your eyes at the end of the day feeling grateful and excited and ready for the next day. If you're waking up with a sense of dread or there's no purpose, there's no passion, there's no fulfillment in your life, and you're going to bed feeling anxious and guilty or shameful or any of those things, then some shifts need to happen. Some healing needs to occur. Some things need to be redefined. You need to let go of something. There needs to be a change somewhere. And for me, that's what success really got redefined as, if you will.
And to actually go in a little bit more into that point, for someone who is listening and wants that freedom, location success, and as you said, kind of maybe feels overwhelmed or by the logistics or fears or doesn't know yet necessarily they need to fix something, as you kind of pointed out to. What do you feel like is the first thing that someone in that situation could focus on to kind of get through that?
Hmm. I would say that even if we think that we don't know that something's off, we do know it. If we're going to be honest with ourselves, we'll know it. None of us are happy feeling stagnant or feeling stuck or feeling like, is this the best there is when we wake up every single day? None of us are happy feeling that way. We might convince or try to ignore the sensations and the feelings that are within us, those desires that are burning up within us, especially if society is like beating them out of us. But the truth is that we all know when something's off. So, first and foremost, you have to be honest with yourself and you have to listen to that voice. And the second part of that is as cliche as it's going to sound, you feel the fear and you do it anyways because you're never going to be ready. You're always going to see somebody that's doing it better, or doing it bigger, or doing it as you would like to do it. And if we look outside of ourselves for the answers for anything in life, we're always going to be disappointed. You have to go internal and you have to recognize that everybody starts from the ground up. Everything gets uncomfy for a little while. But if you listen to that inner voice and you make changes that are in alignment with who you actually are and what you actually want to create for your life, some really beautiful, magical things are going to happen at the end of that hard tunnel. And, as we say all the time, darkness doesn't last forever. Eventually, the sun comes out. So, all you need to do is have faith, trust, and care deeply for yourself as you get through those really dark places, because eventually the light is going to shine and you're going to be incredibly happy with the choices that you made at that time. So feel the fear and do it anyway.
Awesome. I love that. I mean, they say with fear as well, like the acronym, false evidence appearing real. So, yeah, I
Hmm.
think it's opportunities to grow. I kind of look at fear. Yeah, fear overall. I look at it that way these days. Like if I sense it, it's like okay, I need to do this because it's an opportunity for growth.